Cursed journal prophecy unfolded. I never believed in fate or destiny, but that changed the day I moved into my new apartment. While unpacking, I stumbled upon an old, leather-bound journal tucked away in a dusty corner of a closet. Intrigued, I opened it to find entries chronicling my life in detail, down to the smallest of moments, like the time I spilled coffee on my favorite shirt at 7:42 a.m. last Tuesday. The entries were all dated, leading up to a final entry marked for tomorrow. As I read, a chill slithered down my spine. The entry described my death in nearly precise detail, claiming it would happen at 9:13 p.m. under a blood-red moon. I laughed it off at first, convinced it was some elaborate prank left by the previous tenant. The next morning, I tried to dismiss the journal as nonsense, a figment of someone's twisted imagination. But as the day unfolded, the entries from the journal began to mirror my reality with an unsettling accuracy. At lunch, a bird crashed into the cafe window, just as it had been written. As the day wore on, I became increasingly paranoid, checking the sky for signs of the foretold blood-red moon. My friends noticed my unease, but how could I explain that I was being stalked by the words in an ancient journal without sounding insane? By evening, I was a bundle of nerves, clutching the journal as if it were a lifeline. I decided to test the journal's power by changing my routine, hoping to break the chain of events. I headed to a different part of town, somewhere the journal hadn't mentioned. It was there that I met a mysterious old woman who seemed to be expecting me. She warned me of the journal's curse, explaining that it was a trap, feeding on the fear of those who read it. Desperate, I asked her how to break free, but her only response was a cryptic smile as she vanished into the night. With the clock ticking toward 9:13 p.m., I realized I had one last chance to defy the journal's prophecy. I stood on the rooftop of my building, clutching the cursed pages. As the moon rose, its glow tinged with crimson, I tore the journal apart, scattering the pages into the wind. For a moment, I felt liberated, as if I had broken the chain. But as the final page slipped from my fingers, I saw a glimpse of the words shifting, rewriting themselves. The last thing I remember is a shadow falling across the moon, and the feeling of weightlessness as I tumbled into the night, the journal's curse claiming its final victim.